Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So today, briefly, I want to talk about Dan Hurley not accepting the Lakers job. It was reported at one point that the offer was going to be around $100 million. We later found out it was a $70 million deal. And, he chose to go back to UConn in search of that third title. And it's been reported that the job he truly wants is the New York Knicks job. And you look at Dan Hurley, brother of Bobby Hurley, legendary Duke point guard. His dad, legendary coach as well. He's coached a lot of players through the years. I remember when Tristan Thompson was a sophomore in high school, I seen Dan Hurley coaching St. Benedict's prep. And also another player he coached is J.R. Smith, who put out a tweet saying, "Don't fall for it, Dan," talking about the Lakers job. And a lot of people looked at that. Obviously, LeBron played with, J.R. Smith in Cleveland. And they were like, why is J.R. even saying this? Well, J.R. and Dan Hurley actually have a close relationship. He coached him, helped mold him in high school. And he was on that elite St. Benedict's prep team. Was supposed to go to North Carolina, ended up opting for the NBA draft. And I'm going to say this, a lot of things smell about this whole Dan Hurley Lakers courtship. If you remember, just like a month and a half ago, JJ Redick had Dan Hurley on his show, which JJ Redick at one time was considered the front runner for the Lakers job. Then all of a sudden, Dan Hurley became their top target. This could be just the conspiracy theory in me. Seems like this whole thing was a courtship, to kind of look like or make it seem like LeBron isn't picking JJ Redick to be the head coach, and that the Lakers haven't already made their decision. If they go on to hire JJ Redick after this, everybody will be able to see through the BS that just happened. I think Dan Hurley was clear he wasn't leaving UConn. The Knicks job would have been enticing to him. The Lakers know they would have had to throw over $100 million at him for him to come coach in the NBA. Because nothing about that interest. Those Hurleys are different, man. That didn't interest him, and the money wasn't gonna move him like that. So looking at this whole thing, right? It's like, yeah, okay, but if y'all go hire JJ Redick, then it'll just be, and what they're trying to make it look like is they were left with no option, no other viable options, but JJ Redick to bring in as the next head coach. So again, that's just my theory on it. Could be way off. Don't take it, just take it with a grain of salt. But that's just how I'm feeling about this whole thing. But yeah, J.R. Smith spoke about his excitement that Dan Hurley chose to go back to UConn. Let's check it out.
So JR, you had a tweet that went around the world on Friday.
Yeah.
So what happened? What did you mean by that?
I didn't, honestly, I felt like Coach was in a great situation, back-to-back championships in collegiate, and looking at what the Lakers got going on right now, and seeing our previous situations, I just thought it would be a better fit for him to stay where he's at.
So the quote was, Dan, don't do it.
Yeah.
Breaking news, Dan Hurley going back to UConn.
Perfect.
Reaction.
Love it. Love it. The greatest decision that he could have made. 100%.
Part 3 podcast, breaking news.
So J.R. Smith, looking at his former coach, thought that it was in his best interest that he stayed in college basketball. Because look, if you take that Lakers job, you coach LeBron James. It's going to be a lot of storylines. If they don't win a championship, it's going to be about you, and you may be out of a job very soon. And I think Dan is a guy who actually enjoys coaching. He does enjoy money, we all love to be compensated for our work, but I think he wants to actually coach. And him and LeBron James, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's gonna work because some of the stuff you seen with Darvin Ham and walking out of huddles and stuff, Dan Hurley would walk right over there to LeBron James and talk in his face if he did some of the stuff he did to Darvin Ham. And I don't see LeBron James taking that. So I don't know if that was a good match based off of, the style. And I don't know if Dan Hurley is the kind of coach that can coach men today. He would have to be in a situation. You see how Mike Malone's able to coach Denver and how tough he's able to be. Even everybody from Joker to Jamal Murray to the last man on the bench, the way he can coach them, that is the type of coaching style he would have to have. So he would have to even be like, the way Udoka could coach Tatum and Brown. It would have to be some stars that are willing to be coached hard. And, no, we're going to do it this way. And obviously great players are going to kick back sometimes. So I ain't saying Jordan didn't do it to Phil or nothing like that. But he was also coached hard, had to play within the triangle and all that stuff, right? So players that can't be coached and critiqued and taught to a certain type of way, that like I just didn't see it working. I was like, man, this is a disaster. This is a train wreck waiting to happen. And when I thought about it more, I was like, this could be deflection because they saw the way the general public was reacting to JJ Redick, becoming the front running, candidate for the job. And him and LeBron James having a podcast right now, it would look all kinds of weird if he was actually selected for the job. So wouldn't it be better if JJ was like our fallback guy? Because now there's a report out saying JJ Redick doesn't want to be the second option and may not be interested in the Lakers job. Seems like all these headlines are fabricated, because if he takes this job, we all gonna see it this way. If he's not hired, okay, fine. Maybe I was reaching. But if he is hired, man, look out. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
Skip. 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 Skip.